Gotta let the stream breathe for just a second here. Make sure that everything is nice and stable all across the YouTube platform. Welcome in, Broncos country, to this Denver Broncos Syndicate live stream of your 5-3 Denver Broncos versus the 5-3 Baltimore Ravens. Are the Denver Broncos contenders or pretenders? In the wise words of Gary Kubiak, we're fixing to find out. The toughest three-game stretch of the Denver Broncos schedule has arrived, and it all starts this week against Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry on that Ravens offense. They've also got Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely, Rashad Bateman, Zay Flowers. They can kill you in so many different ways. They just traded for Deontay Johnson. Defensively, as we've talked about both in the pregame show as well as the game preview video, they've had their struggles, especially their pass defense. They are towards the bottom of the league in a lot of statistical categories. This is going to be a game where hopefully Bo Nix and the offense can shine and put up some nice production through the air. I'm really hoping that we can see a repeat of what we saw from Bo Nix last week against the Carolina Panthers. We've already got a few people streaming on in here. We've got Gabe Rocks in the house saying, let's get it. Dylan Earl saying, let's go Broncos. And DB94 saying, let's shock the world. If the Broncos can go into Baltimore and pick up a win, they are going to garner some kind of respect from the national media that we haven't seen in a very long time, quite frankly. They're going to be thought of amongst the true contenders in the league. Right now, we know here in Denver what this team is capable of, or at least we think we know. But if we win this game, then the national media is really going to take this team seriously, and that's going to be really huge. The Broncos are going to go up in the betting lines as far as odds to potentially win the Super Bowl. I'm not saying that this is a Super Bowl team, but if the Broncos can win this game, then I think that will almost punch their ticket to the playoffs this year. First time making the playoffs since the 2015 season. That would be extraordinary for this franchise. Year 2 of the Sean Payton era, 1 year removed from getting rid of Russell Wilson, being able to go to the playoffs, that would be just incredible. We got John Dobbs in the house saying biggest game in 10 years. I mean, it's definitely up there. I will say that. I mean, we've had some big games over these last 10 years, and the Broncos haven't delivered. If the Broncos can deliver in this game, again, they will be taken seriously. And at this point, the Broncos aren't being taken seriously right now. They are 9.5-point underdogs in this game, or at least that's what they opened as on the betting lines. I don't know what they are right now, but they're still not being respected as true contenders in the league. If you win this game, absolutely you will be. I feel kind of dirty. You can get Russell Wilson Broncos jerseys for $14 right now. I couldn't resist. It's a Broncos jersey brand new for $14. Hey man, I can't hate you for that. You can just put some duct tape over it, over the Wilson patch, write Will Lutz in there, and you're good to go. All right, guys, let's get started. We got Maverick in the house saying next week won't be any easier. No way it won't, but definitely will be at least a much easier pill to swallow in a sense if you can win this game. We got D-Rock in the house saying Gage in chat, let's go. All right, let's get the volume up here. Let me know if the volume's good, guys. Let me know if I need to adjust anything. I will say, the time change has completely messed up my internal clock. Oh, gotta mute that. Yeah, guys, but if the Denver Broncos can win this game, they will have some momentum heading into Kansas City next week. The Broncos have already shown that they can beat the Chiefs. They are capable of slaying the dragon. They did it last year, just about a year ago. I think they can do it again. But they have to showcase in this game that they can at least keep up with the Ravens offense. If they can keep up with the Ravens and make it a close game in the end, even if they don't win, I think the Broncos are going to have very strong odds to go into Kansas City and potentially get an upset. D-Rock says, sounds good, perfect. Maverick says, man, I woke up at 7:30 due to the time change. Yeah, it was kind of a similar situation for me, and now my whole internal clock is just like, ugh. I don't normally wake up that early. Dylan says, I like the sign. Thank you. Really appreciate it. That's going to be a good opportunity, actually, to go ahead and plug the affiliate partner for Denver Broncos Syndicate, Whitebeard Signworks. Use code BS30 to save $30 off NFL LED team logo signs, just like this really cool sign behind me. Again, that's BS30, link in the description below. Thank you guys so much, and let's get started with the game. And it's still a black screen. What the hell? I don't know if it's CBS is messing up here or what. Because it is a completely black screen right now. Oh, don't tell me my satellite just went out right before a Broncos game. Oh my God, I'm going to be so angry. Holy crap. I think my TV just went out. We got Robert, we got Daniel in the house. What's up, guys? Good to see you. Did my TV really just go out? You're kidding, right? Uh-oh. Uh-oh is right. Well, you know what? Nope, we're not going to let this slow us down here, guys. Hold on. That is not great. It should come back soon, but until it does, we are going to go ahead and just
record of teams they've beaten, 12-29. Sean Payton saying this will be their biggest test yet. He created a sense of urgency this week. No victory Monday. He told his team the goal for the Ravens is to match their physicality. He said to them, if it's purple, hit them and be the bully team. Jim?
Yeah, he was quite strong about that. If it's purple, we're hitting it.
Oh, there it is. There it is. We're good. We're good.
His team has done well on the road.
I was having you stream east there for a second, guys, but my TV is back, and it's just in time because Bo Nix and the offense take the field. Okay, sorry, guys. Got rid of that. That's gone. Loud audio. Sorry, Maverick. All right, Bo under center to start off from the 30, so that was a touchback. Jaleel gets the start at running back, and he is tackled right away. Marcus Williams comes downhill, limits him to a gain of a yard. So the Broncos try to establish the run game early here. Sorry about the awkward start, but we are good. Oh, man, dude. One thing I don't like about this apartment so far is the internet, but that seems to be fixed, and then the cable. Meanwhile, oh no, Bo Nix a little bit high off the hands of Humphrey, and it's intercepted. Our Darius Washington with the early interception. Oh my God, and the worst possible start for the Broncos. We talked about how they couldn't have early turnovers. They faked the toss, just trying to get it to Humphrey. Oh no, that's totally catchable. That's on Humphrey. So once again, man, little Jordan Humphrey contributes to an early turnover for the Denver Broncos. That is terrible. Yep, and just like Tony Romo said, the crowd is going to be into this game now. Should have been caught. A little bit inaccurate, but definitely should have been caught. I'm putting that more on Humphrey. Meanwhile, here's Lamar Jackson throwing it into the flat. Rashad Bateman tries to turn uphill. Good tackle right away to limit him to a yard. Riley Moss and Cody Barton were both there. At this point, man, little Jordan Humphrey might be getting benched. He's starting to become a liability out there with his turnovers. Lamar Jackson, 19 total touchdowns on the year. I know my camera's a little bit out of focus, guys. That should come back in a second. 2nd down and 9. Lamar is under center. Patrick Ricard comes into the backfield. I formation, handoff to Henry to the left side. And Henry surges forward for a gain of 4, bringing up a 3rd down and 5. Let's see if this Broncos defense can get off the field here and make up for the early turnover for the offense. And I don't understand why Sean Payton's still running with Humphrey at this point. No, unfortunately, A.T. Perry is not active. 3rd down and 5. Trying to get my camera back in focus. There it is. There it is. 3rd down and 5. Lamar, pockets collapsing. John Franklin Myers swallows him up. Let's go. All the way back at the 44-yard line. JFM with the early sack. And the Broncos get off the field. So early turnover thanks to the little Jordan Humphrey drop leading to a Bo Nix interception. Broncos defense with a quick 3 and out. Absolutely incredible start for the defense. Little Jordan Humphrey making me regret calling him the Yak King. Daniel says bench LJ. Robert says we're 7 plays in on ESPN. Yeah, my satellite might be a little bit behind, but what you gonna do? We're working with what we got. We got lucky enough because of the defense. Absolutely. That might have lost the game with the loss of immediate momentum. We can't afford any BS like that if we're supposed to win. Yeah, but again, man, your defense just bailed you out right there. Stalemate, restart it, fresh slate. All right. So, overall, man, the defense with just an incredible start right there. John Franklin Myers collapsing the pocket. That was really nice. We can't emphasize how huge of a stop that was. Absolutely. Absolutely. All things considered says Humphrey is a real MF liability. Yeah, he really is at this point. He has now contributed to multiple turnovers. You can't have that. He's dropping the ball. I'm sorry, you cannot have that moving forward. I agree, Bronco fan. I'm benching little Jordan at this point. He's probably your best blocking wide receiver, which sucks because, you know, this team kept little Jordan Humphrey over Tim Patrick. That's a move that is looking worse and worse as the weeks go on. Patrick is a heavy contributor in this Lions offense. He's blocking his ass off. He's getting the ball. I mean, he's playing so well in Detroit right now, and the Broncos are still looking for more production at the wide receiver position. I wanted them to go out and trade for Deontay Johnson. They didn't do it. Baltimore, their opponent for today, ended up with him. I'm just frustrated at this point. The Broncos need to make a move at wide receiver before the trade deadline. And at this point, I just don't know who that is. Do the Ravens still run Mike McDonald defensive tactics? Yeah, they do. They do. But they aren't executing it nearly as high of a level as they did last year. Like last year, they were towards the top in the NFL in most defensive metrics. This year, their pass defense is towards the bottom. If Sean can bench Estime, then you can bench him too, 100%. I have to slap myself to remind me we got John Franklin Myers for a future 6th-round pick from the Jets. I agree. That's like one of the biggest fleecings of this offseason. All right, let's go. Fresh slate. Broncos get the ball back, but they are pinned back deep. That was a good punt. I didn't realize how good of a punt that was. From the 2-yard line. And surging forward for a gain of about 2 yards is Javonte Williams. 2nd down and 8. Why are we running on 1st down anyway? You're trying to establish the ground game, A, to see if it's working, and B, to set up play-action shots. Even if it doesn't work, you want to commit to the run just so that way you can set up play-action. The Broncos were really good with play-action last week. From the gun, Bo Nix fakes the handoff, fires it to the outside. Pass caught by Adam Troutman, who's getting more involved as the weeks go on in this offense. He had his best game last week. That'll set up a 3rd down and 4. If you can be in 3rd down and 4, 3rd down and 5, anywhere in that area, you'll take that all game long. You want to be in 3rd and manageable. 3rd down and 4. Play clock ticking inside 5. Bo takes the snap, fires it to the outside. It's low, but it's caught. Devon Vele makes the catch at about the 13-yard line, and that'll move the chains for the Denver Broncos. So Vele might see some more action here with little Jordan Humphrey possibly in the doghouse here for the Broncos. Sean called out the Broncos receivers, and I think he was mostly talking about Humphrey last week when he said that they've got to play better or we'll get some new receivers in there. Right now, Troy Franklin, Devon Vele, they are both in the game for the Broncos. Lucas Kroll is split out wide to the right. Nix dumps it to Jaleel McLaughlin. Had a matchup in space with Odafe Owe, and McLaughlin turns it into a gain of 7 over to the 20-yard line. Our best receiver is Vele and Sutton. Vele has played well. He definitely has played well. He's been a big surprise, just like Bronco fans saying here. D-Rock says, I'm behind, so I'll be late reacting. That's fine. Devin says, cutting Tim Patrick really hurts. Bronco fan, a 26-year-old rookie. Yep, that was one of my L takes of the offseason for sure. 2nd down and 4. Williams pushing the pile forward. And the Broncos' run game is working a little better than expected. Another 1st down for the Broncos inside the 25. Yeah, Bo Nix, last 5 games, record of 4-1, 8 passing touchdowns, 1 interception. Obviously, he's got another interception now, but I'm not really putting that one on him. It could have been a slightly better throw, but still, that needs to be caught. 1st down and 10. It looks like they were trying to set up a screen. It's not there. So Bo is going to scramble. Just throw it away. Good job. Good job. They were trying to set up a screen. Ravens sniffed it out. So Bo Nix just rolled out. Was looking for something downfield. It wasn't there. He just threw it away. Sets up a 2nd down and 10. Great job. Great decision by Bo right there. And we got a flag down here. Was that an ineligible man downfield possibly?
Happens here, it's a screenplay. And all of a sudden, Bo Nix, it gets swallowed up and uses his legs like he's done all year.
Please tell me it's not an ineligible man downfield. It might be.
Pass interference, offense.
Well, just as bad. Troy Franklin was blocking downfield. He gets tagged with offensive pass interference. I wouldn't call it an L take, just majorly surprised. Fair enough. But still, I was pretty harsh on the Broncos making that pick, and I was very much wrong.
This is where Denver, I really want to see that improve. Their margin for error.
1st down and 20.
They have a great defense, but they don't have a huge margin. You lose the turnover battle.
Lose the turnover battle early, you get a penalty. I mean, that was mostly just because the play was busted, but still. Try to get some of it back there with Javonte Williams. He gets 6 yards up to the 21-yard line. 2nd down and 14.
It was a really good conversation we had with Sean Payton about
The Broncos are running it pretty well so far, I would say.
margin for errors. No huddle. This was great.
Williams did not have a good game last week against Carolina. He's looking to bounce back and get some of that production back that he had against New Orleans. Meanwhile, a comebacker into double coverage. Cortland Sutton with a nice catch. Bo Nix with a perfectly timed throw right there. And the Broncos with a big 1st down. It's press coverage working on Brandon Stevens. Sutton comes back. It's perfectly placed. Excellent pitch and catch. Nix to Sutton. 1st down. Yes, David, Bo threw an interception, but it wasn't his fault. It was a dropped ball by little Jordan Humphrey that landed in the hands of the defense. 1st and 10, tight formation here for the Broncos. Bo is under center. Looks like Jaleel in the backfield. They give it to Jaleel. Finds a little crease. Turns it into a gain of 4. So the Broncos, I'm really surprised with how well they are running the football.
A litmus test to your game. You go against Baltimore at Baltimore. Is Denver for real, like the country, right? Are they really?
Yeah, it was not on Bo. Not at all.
And they're ascending each week and improving. I think this team's in the playoffs.
Another condensed formation. Bo from the gun. 2nd down and 7. Fires it over the middle. Little Jordan Humphrey is back on the field. And he turns that into a gain of 6, setting up a 3rd down and 1. Once again, you find yourself in a 3rd down and manageable situation. So good job so far bouncing back from that early turnover. 7 minutes left to play in the 1st quarter. 3rd and 1. It looks like a sneak, and I don't think he got there. Oh, looks like they're going to give him a generous spot. Line judge comes down and says 1st down. That looks like a very generous spot, but I'll take it. Yes, Robert, that could absolutely be why the Ravens have a nose tackle and a defensive end out. They've got a couple of practice squad guys there, so that could very well be why. Yeah, no, the interception definitely wasn't on Bo. Yeah, okay, they brought it back. It didn't look like he got it. All right, Peyton wants a measurement. That's probably more of a think about going for it measurement. Think about what he wants to call here. They're probably going to go for it. They are currently at the Baltimore 44. And yeah, that's definitely short by about 7 or 8 links. So it's 4th and inches. I'd just go up and quarterback sneak it again personally. Don't get too cute with it. Looks like Sean's sending in a wordy play though. So they're going to try something here, it looks like. I wouldn't get too cute with it. I'd just get up and quarterback sneak it. Looks like the refs are holding Bo up. Bo gets to the line. Oh my God, let him go! Get out of the way! All right, you got time to snap it. You're good. Send a man in motion. Why, pitch? Why? He didn't get that. Oh, that's so close. I cannot stand pitch plays, toss plays. Why are you going backwards to go forwards? That's so close. I think he's going to have it just barely, but dude. Oh, that's going to be close. His knee's down. His knee is down. That was a horrible play call. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Snap the ball. Snap the ball, snap the ball. Oh, damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Yep. John Harbaugh got his challenge flag off. Yeah, that's short. Damn it. So 2 short yardage situations and you're unable to pick it up. He's down. That's short. Ah, dude. I did not like that play call on 4th down. The 3rd down sneak was fine. I have no issue with that. But you should have just gone up and sneaked it again. That was a horrible play call. I will never understand running backwards to go forwards. I don't get it. I don't get it. And once again, the Broncos, that's basically another turnover right there. So basically you're now -2 in the turnover battle. Bro, terrible, terrible start for the Broncos offense. I cannot... No, dude, that's terrible. Sean Payton has done a really good job with his play sequencing these last couple of weeks, but that was a god-awful 4th down play call. Kim, they tossed it to Javonte Williams, and he had to run 9 yards to get 6 inches, just like Robert says. It was pathetic. Yeah, they're reviewing it, but it was very clear that his knee was down short. Seriously, why not just sneak it again? What is the issue with that? You're telling me that Bo Nix couldn't extend forward 6 inches? Terrible call. Terrible, terrible call. I will never understand going backwards to go forwards. Never will understand it. They moved the ball well on that drive too, but it sucks that you had 2 bad plays in short yardage situations. I have no issue with the quarterback sneak, but I have a lot of issues with that 4th down call. Maverick says confirmed, turnover on downs. Yep, no doubt about that, but let's see if this defense can get another stop. Kim, defense got a stop on their first possession. They've done well so far, but offense has not returned to the favor.
Because when voters have more choices, political insiders have less power. Prop 131. More choices in Prop.
Yeah, that's only one bad call, David. I don't think his play calling on the day has been bad. That was just one bad play call. Thus far, it's the execution that's been bad.
Well, they made the announcement during
Yep.
the break. They've overturned the ruling on the field. They say Williams is short, and the Ravens take over on downs.
Well, D, on the opening drive, it was an interception. It wasn't Bo's fault. It was a drop by little Jordan Humphrey that popped in the hands of the Ravens defense. Broncos defense got a stop. Then they moved the ball well on their second offensive drive, but they couldn't convert on 4th down. They tossed it on 4th down and 1, and they were stuffed short. 1st and 10, Derrick Henry. Nowhere to go. He has stood up right at the line of scrimmage. Looks like Jonathan Cooper was there to stand him up. That was a whole horde of Broncos forming a brick wall to prevent Henry from going anywhere. That's the best strategy to defend him. But you also got to make sure that he's not going to have lanes to bounce to the outside.
Denver comes back as the defensive coordinator, head coach back in 2017 and 18.
He's done a great job structuring the back end.
2nd down and 10
When these guys can cover,
for the Ravens from their own 44.
one-on-one, go work.
Lamar. High throw setting up a screen. That is Justice Hill. Hill's been a great receiver out of the backfield, and he's got a gain of 15 yards. 1st down, but there is a flag. Riley Moss is pointing in the other direction. Looks like this is going to be a illegal man downfield here for the Ravens. Oh no, it's a hold. Still, I'll take it. Let's go. Pat McCary, who's playing guard for them right now. He doesn't like the call. He's working on Riley Moss. Oh yeah, he hooks him. He hooks him by the neck. That is absolutely a hold. McCary doesn't like it, but that is absolutely a hold. You can't hook and turn like that. So it's going to be 2nd and 12. It's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. And a loss of down. 2nd and 12. Fires it deep, wide open. Nelson Aguilar. There were 3 Broncos that Aguilar got in front of. And a big play right there for the Ravens. So it's 2nd down and 12. And Denver gives up a massive chunk. Oh, looks like zone coverage here. Jaquan McMillan's in trail. And, dude. That was just a coverage bust, it looked like. 1st and 10. I think Jaquan was expecting somebody to be there over the top. Handoff again. Broncos' run defense has been stout. Stands up Henry at the line. No gains. 2nd down and 10 from the 30. Oh, dude, that was filthy. Kirk Cousins to Drake London. That was a hell of a throw. Classic Week 3 Vance Joseph play call from last year. Yeah, that was pretty bad. That was pretty bad. I don't know if someone blew their assignment there or what. 2nd down and 9. Fires over the middle. Again, you're playing zone coverage and leading receivers with free releases. Rashad Bateman. Another gain of 14. Another first down.
Watch his vision over here. He looks off to the left right there, and that moves the corner.
I understand that you want to play more zone because you're trying to keep your eyes on Lamar, but still, dude. Lamar's going to pick you apart through the air. First and 10, toss it. Henry. That's a nice run. Henry breaking a couple of tackles and surges to, looks like about the 7-yard line. 2nd down. Yep, this definitely isn't going to be easy, and the Broncos haven't made it easy on themselves so far. They've shot themselves in the foot a couple of times. If you give the Ravens an opportunity, they will boat race you. 2nd down and 3. I formation with Pat Ricard and Derrick Henry in the backfield. They give it to Henry. Henry bounces off some contact. Henry lunges forward for the touchdown. 100th career touchdown for Derrick Henry. Just classic ground and pound right there. Nothing fancy at all. Got your fullback in there leading the way. Henry popped a Broncos defender. Let's see who that was. Oh, he lays the lumber on Quan Alexander. And by that point, the other defender can't wrap him up, and that's just an easy touchdown for Derrick Henry. All right, let's see how we respond on offense. You've had 2 bad drives offensively. Turned it over on your first drive. Had a bad 4th down play call on your 2nd drive and turned it over on downs. Let's see if you can get some momentum here on offense and punch right back. Oh, it's doinked but good. Justin Tucker, he's had some bugaboos this year, but makes the extra point. 7-0 Baltimore. Olave just got rallied. Cart coming out. Or Olave just got railed. Cart coming out. Uh-oh. That's not good. That is not good at all. That is not good at all. Hopefully he's okay. That was a very physical, nasty run right there from Derrick Henry. Long game, just like D says. Broncos have a chance to respond here. Punch Baltimore right back in the mouth. Just got to be better with your execution on offense and no more bad 4th down play calls. No more going backwards to go forwards. Oh, it's a backboard situation, it looks like, for Chris Olave. That's not good. People always saying one week that we need to get rid of coach and then the next week we love him again. Very true. That is very true. Broncos country is very fickle at times. We really miss PJ Locke bad. Yeah, that was a rough drive. That was a rough drive right there. Saints are just decimated with injuries. Yep, and at this point, I don't see a scenario where the Saints are going to move forward with this current staff. You've got to clean house. You've got to blow up the entire operation, and you've got to rebuild from the ground up if you're the Saints. You've been kicking the can down the road for the last 7-8 years, and now it is finally time to pay the piper. Matt, unfortunately not. I cannot show the game. Otherwise, the stream will get taken down. YouTube does not allow that. Oh, God, I just saw the hit. That was bad. Looked like he got sandwiched between 2 Panthers defenders and took a nasty shot to the head. Ooh, that is not pretty there. Hopefully Olave's okay. So James Palmer just tweeted this. Talking to DBs in the Broncos locker room this week, there was so much respect for Lamar Jackson's eyes. How he can move you and fool you with his eyes. Jaquan McMillan told me it's one of his most deadly traits and it's not talked about enough. And I think we've seen that early on from Lamar. All right. Looks like crab cakes. A Baltimore delicacy. Justin Tucker kickoff. Looks like there's... Okay, there's the audio. Traymon Smith on the return, and he brings it up to about the 22-23 yard line. That's where the Broncos will begin their third offensive possession. Most consecutive seasons with 10-plus rushing touchdowns. He now ties Adrian Peterson for second on the list. LaDainian Tomlinson is first with 9.
I mean, I can't believe all the other teams who didn't go after him this offseason. I mean,
First down and 10. Let's see if Denver can punch him right back in the mouth. 2 minutes and 13 seconds left in the first quarter. Troy Franklin goes in motion to the left side. Troutman on a wing to the left. They hand it off. The run game's been working pretty well. Gain of about 3. Javonte Williams. I didn't expect us to shut them out. Let's move the ball. Absolutely. Is it time to stop giving little Jordan Humphrey the ball? I would say so. At this point, he's kind of proven to be a liability. What the hell was that? Batted ball. Kyle Hamilton. Third down and 7. It looked like they were trying to set up a screen. Oh, man. Hamilton just gets a paw on that. They were trying to swing it. Ouch. They're trying to get it out to Troy Franklin. Third down and 7. Trips to the left side. Nix has some time. He's going to take it. No, he's going to throw it back across the grain. He's got Javonte Williams. Williams first down and a lot more into Baltimore territory. All the way to the 40-yard line. Looks like inside the 40 to the 39. So Javonte Williams gets open on a scramble drill. Bo Nix with a slightly ill-advised throw back across the grain. You generally don't want to throw back across the middle, but Javonte gets open, and it's first down and 10 from the 39. Nix, he's going to take it and nick it. Back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of 1.
small game. Well, that's what you see on tape. During their quick game stuff, which they do a lot.
Second down and 9. Under a minute left to play in the first quarter. That was a fantastic play by both Nix and Williams. Handoff. Off the RPO, Williams gains 2. And that'll bring up third down. The Broncos do have to run another, or no, they do not have to run another play before the end of the quarter. Let's see if they want to go up and maybe try to draw them off sides. They are at the Baltimore 38-yard line right now. All right, let's see what they want to do. They do snap it. Bo's going to roll out. Bo just dumps it down to Jaleel McLaughlin, and McLaughlin sets up about a 4th down and 4 at the end of the quarter. That's going to give Sean Payton some time to decide what he wants to do here. I think you might want to think about going for this. I could also see the argument for wanting to take the points too, because this is your third possession. If you don't come away with points here, it's going to be really tough. So I could see an argument either way. I really could. Maverick says take the points. Yeah, I'm kind of there with you. I'd take the points too. I could understand if Sean wants to be aggressive, but if you don't come away with points in this situation, then it's going to be really tough. Baltimore would have a chance to go up 14-0. I'd say take the points. Maybe get up and try to hard count them and draw them off sides. If they don't jump, take the points. Everyone's saying points. All right, well, let's go points. But since everybody's saying points, that means you know Sean Payton's going to go for it, right? Ooh, and now Drake London has a hip injury for the Falcons, and he's questionable return. That would be a big loss for Atlanta. Yeah, but if they do go for the field goal and miss, obviously everybody's going to be all like, why didn't they go for it on 4th down? It's kind of a double-edged sword right there. You really can't be right unless you're right. This game could come down to the wire. We need the 3. All right, I'm definitely with you. Take the points. Twitter's kind of divided. Half of them are saying go for it. Half of them are saying take the points. You also have to think about it, though. What's the real difference between 14-3 and 14-0? So, I don't know, man. It's really a tough call. That's why I'm not the guy who gets paid to make these decisions. I will say this. If they do go for it, they can't have any negative plays. They can't go backwards to go forward. But I'd just take the points. Let's see what they're going to do.
NCIS Origins, all new CBS Monday and streaming on Paramount Plus. Well, a little decision time, Tony, as we start idle within the second quarter.
They're not showing what they're going to do.
Baltimore, don't jump off sides.
They're going.
You, Denver, let's try and draw them off.
Might as well just try to draw them off. Get under center. Hard count them. Oh, no, they're spreading them out. They're going empty. 4 receivers to the top of the screen. Oh, they almost got him right there. Yeah, I think they're just trying to draw him offside. No, they're going. Sean's going. They're going deep, and it's overthrown. Trying to hook up with Troy Franklin. It was there. The throw was there. Or the look was there. Bo just overthrew it. Yep, they do get all-out pressure. It's a slot fade to Franklin. He's open. He has a step on Mollett. Bo just overthrew it. Bo just overthrew it. Damn it. John Harbaugh's fired up. It was there. It was there. Yeah, that's tough, man. Now Lamar looking over the middle. This looks like the old Broncos defense from last year. And there's a face mask to boot. Devon Key is going to get flagged with a face mask, and Baltimore is already going to be set up in Denver territory.
Baltimore's so explosive.
Bro. Yep, that was a clear face mask by Devon Key. You're playing soft, squishy zone coverage again. My least favorite type of coverage. We all know how much I freaking hate soft, squishy zone coverage. You're trying to keep an eye on Lamar Jackson. I get it, but he's going to kill you through the air. At this point, I'd almost rather risk Lamar beating you with his legs. No more soft, squishy zone coverage, please. This is starting to piss me off.
We're going to stump this guy. We have to stump this guy. Next thing you know, it's opened up something somewhere else. And then when you've got a pass.
Seriously, they're playing soft spot drop zone. Get physical. Get in their face. Play some press man. I would rather get beat that way than get beat like this, where you're being passive and basically not even freaking trying. It's part of your brand to hate soft zone defense. It's true. There we go. Some pressure. Lamar throws it away. That's better. That is better. More of that, Vance, please. More of that. Oh, we got more laundry. Adrian Hill is the referee. He was the same ref. Damn it! Pat Surtain. Adrian Hill was the referee on Monday night, Jets and Bills a couple of weeks ago. A game that was just littered with penalties. Oh, come on! No! No! That is a bad call! Bro! That is a horrible call. Where is the hold? Oh, that's a bad call. Sets up Baltimore, first down and 10 from the Denver 19. King Henry falls forward, gain of 3. That was a horrible call, dude. That was a horrible call. This is a flag-happy crew, and they will call some bogus crap like that. Yep. This is not good. This is not good at all. Second down and 6. Vance is showing a quarter shell here. Oh, it looked like they want to go option pitch. Nick Bonito blows it up. Is that going to be a sack? Is that a sack or a run play? Is that going to be a sack or a run play? I don't know if that's going to go down as another sack for Bonito or not, but regardless, it's a big loss. Nick Bonito blows that play up. It looked like it was going to be like some sort of option pitch or something, and Bonito completely blew up the play. I don't know, Maverick. We'll see if they credit that as a sack or a TFL. Third down and 15 now from the Denver 24. Broncos drop back and play zone, and they rally and tackle short of the sticks. It's fourth down, and the Ravens are going to come up and kick a field goal. So small win right there for the Broncos. They get off the field. Keep this to most likely a 10-point game. So they avoid all-out disaster and keep this within reasonable reach here, but your offense has got to execute. Justin Tucker has had some bugaboos this year. So let's see if he can come up here. It's 33 yards, length of an extra point. You know he's going to drill this. And, ooh. He was close, man. He tucked it inside the upright, but that was almost a miss. So, ESPN says that was not a sack. Okay. That kind of sucks, man. We'll see if maybe Sean Payton goes and lobbies to the NFL and maybe sees if he can change it to a sack. Sean McVay did that. I want to say it was with Jared Verse a couple of weeks ago, and he got credited with a sack. Wish we would have taken the 3 now. Yeah, for sure. 100%. It would have been a one-score game. Definitely. I don't understand how that's not a sack, because it looked like it started off as a run play, and it looked like Lamar tucked the ball to run, and it wasn't going to be a pass play. So that's probably why it's not going to be credited as a sack. Thank you, DB, for the $7. Says $7 for 7 points. Let's go, Bo. Hashtag Syndicate. Really appreciate that, man. Helps keep the lights on here at Broncos Syndicate. All right, guys. Let's go. Let's try to get this back to a one-score game. At this point, though, you're trailing the Ravens, which is not the position that you wanted to be in. I wonder if we had kicked a field goal, we'd basically negate this field goal. I mean, essentially, yeah. 10-0 is better than 14-0, so let's go Broncos. 100%. This is a deficit that you can overcome, but you've got to have better execution on offense. It's like the famous John Gruden clip. I want better execution. I want better fucking execution. I want to get that clip for here. I'll have to bleep out John Gruden's F-bomb so the video doesn't get demonetized, but I definitely want to get that clip. I want better fucking execution. Yep, need a big second quarter for sure, Robert, for sure. We were at this point in the Raiders game, punch it in this drive. That is true. That is very true. The Broncos have been able to overcome a 10-point deficit before. Let's see if they can overcome it here. 12:04 left to play in the second quarter. Broncos about to get the ball back.
The AFC Championship game. Of course, the AFC Championship game this past season was held right here. Kansas City coming in and knocking off.
Yes, this also is not the Raiders. But still, we'll see what the Broncos can do, man. If they can get points here, that's huge. Points are mandatory on this drive. Have to get them. Mandatory. Even if it's a field goal. Take the field goal. Points are mandatory. We'll take 3. 7 would be even better. First down and 10. It's going to be a touchback from the 30-yard line. No more zone. I can't stand it. It's tough, man, because when you're playing a mobile quarterback like Lamar Jackson, if you play man coverage, you are risking Lamar to get free. But at this point, you're also just going to let Lamar pick you apart through the air. So it's kind of a pick your poison approach. And right now, I'd rather go with something else because clearly the zone isn't working. Handoff to McLaughlin. Lowers his shoulder for a 3-yard gain. Broncos have been decent on the ground in this game. Second down and 7. Oh my God, Dean Pease is back on the Ravens staff? No way. That dude is never going to retire. He has tried to retire like 6 times, and each time he misses football and comes back to the game. There are just some of these dudes, man. Like Tom Moore on the Bucs, they're just never going to retire. They're going to be involved in football until the day they drop dead. Dump off. Williams. First down. Lowers his shoulder right into Roquan Smith. Just enough to move the chains to the 40-yard line. Olave ruled out for a concussion. Yeah, definitely. There's no way he returns after getting stretchered off. Hopefully he's okay. He's probably going to go to the hospital just to get checked out. So the Denver Broncos have moved the football well. They've just had bad execution on 3rd and 4th down, and that's really been their bugaboo. 1st and 10. Nix fires it over the middle. What a throw! Oh, that was a big boy ball to Troy Franklin. Threads the needle into a tight void in the zone. I mean, that was a tight window, and that was perfect ball location. And this is why you stay committed to the ground game even if it's not working. Because it sets up the play action. Oh, yeah, wide open. You have Lucas Kroll running a vertical route to clear out and Franklin crossing over the middle. That's a very commonly run concept in the NFL, and Broncos execute it perfectly there. Give it to Williams. Williams, gain of 4. And it's starting to get a little chippy down there on the field. Broncos offense is pissed off. 9:45 left to play in the first half.
Franklin was able to get a separation on that pass play that put him here on the Ravens side of the 50. Sean Payton really good.
Yeah, sometimes those deep balls are just hard to track, man. You've got to turn your head and figure out exactly where that ball's going to land, and sometimes you just miscalculate it. 2nd down and 6. Marvin Mims goes in motion left. They toss it left to Jaleel. Oh, man. I'm not a huge fan of this toss game for the Broncos. Jaleel able to make something out of it. Gain of a yard. Brings you to a 3rd down and 5, which is certainly a favorable down in distance, but still. The tossed game for the Broncos is not working in their favor so far. 3rd and 5. 2 receivers to the right side. Nix climbing the pocket. Nix, he's going to run it. Bo Nix, first down and way more. And he slides down at the 20-yard line. Bo Nix showcases the wheels and the ability to slide. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. The play wasn't there, so Bo Nix says, I'm going to do it myself. And the Broncos are now well in field goal range. Points are mandatory on this drive. No sacks, no penalties, no turnovers. You have 3 in your back pocket. Wheel route to Courtland Sutton. And he's going to be close to another first down. Court goes low to catch that. Well thrown ball by Nix again. And that's another first down at the 11-yard line of the Ravens. The Broncos are moving the ball really well on this drive. RPO, Nix is going upstairs, incomplete. Yes, there's a flag. There it is. Brandon Stevens goes for the PBU, but he was all over Courtland Sutton. That's going to be 1st and goal from the 1. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Yep. Stevens was very clearly all over Sutton there. Doesn't try to play the ball. Well, he does turn his head a little bit, but he's smothering him. That's very clear and obvious. He got there before the ball got there. All right. 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Broncos have been able to overcome a 10-point deficit before. Let's see if they can do it here. Let's punch it in. Let's go. I formation, Mike Burton and Jaleel McLaughlin in the backfield. They give it to Burton, and he is stuffed. I like that play call, though. That's a good play call. Ravens just sniffed it out. 1st and goal, give it to your fullback all day long. All day long. But did lead to a loss of a yard, though. So 2nd down and goal. They're going I formation again. Nate Atkins at the end of the line. Fake it. Nix in trouble. He's just going to have to throw this one away. Good job. Good job. No turnovers. No turnovers. Even a sack is okay at this point. You're well in field goal range. Just no turnovers. You've got 3 points in your back pocket. And if you're Sean Payton, you cannot go for it on 4th down if you don't get it. You have to take the points. Points are mandatory on this drive. Mandatory. 3rd down and goal. And again, if you don't get this, then you've got to kick the field goal. Fake it. Nix throws it. Back of the end zone. Too high for little Jordan Humphrey. Nix was under duress. Had to get rid of it. It was too high. And now you've got to kick the field goal. You've got to kick the field goal. You need the points. Make this a 1-score game. Kick the field goal. They're going for it. I don't like this decision. I don't like this decision. You've got to kick the field goal, Sean. Kick the damn field goal. This isn't good. This isn't good. This isn't good. Play clock is ticking down. Timeout. Call a freaking timeout. What are you doing? Oh my God, they're running the Philly special. Nix! He got it! Oh my God! They just ran the Philly special and Bo Nix just went up and mossed a dude. Yo, it was not wide open. The Ravens sniffed it out, but Bo Nix went up and mossed a dude. Bro, Sean Payton calls the Philly special. That's a touchdown. Yo! Holy shit! Oh my God, bro! Bo Chapman Nix, baby. Wide receiver 1. Courtland Sutton, QB 1. I believe that's Sutton's 2nd touchdown pass in his career. Yo! Oh my God! Sean Payton with the balls of steel! I still don't like the decision, but that was an incredible play call. Sean Payton pulled that one out of his bag of tricks, man. What a time to run the Philly special. That was insane. Dude. Oh, I've got to check Twitter after this. This is just like, oh my God, bro. That was a hell of a drive. That was a statement drive right there. That was exactly what the Broncos needed. Bo Nix, his first career receiving touchdown. And that Ravens corner just got mossed, bro. Oh my God. Cortland Sutton's career passer rating is a perfect 158.3 per Andrew Mason. 4 for 4, 84 yards, and a touchdown. Dude, that was insane. I still did not like the decision to go for it. I wanted them to take the points. If they didn't get that, I was going to be angry, but they got it, man. We got ourselves a football game, folks. That is exactly what the Broncos needed. That was a perfectly executed drive. They listened. I said I wanted better execution, and they gave me better execution. Let's go, baby. Let's go. That was awesome. That's probably going to be up there for play of the year for the Broncos, man. That was just the classic Philly special. You see that play get broken out about once or twice a year, and Sean Payton picked one hell of a time to break it out. That was awesome. That was absolutely awesome. Let's go, man. Ooh. Sean Payton with balls of steel on that. Seriously. So, Denver Broncos back in this game. Still trail 10-7. All right, no more soft, squishy zone coverage. You've got to be aggressive. You've got to be physical. You've got an opportunity. You've just gotten momentum to swing back into your favor. You've got to keep Uncle Mo on your sideline. Seriously, Sean Payton just one-up Dan Campbell on that one. All right, defense needs a stop. Uh-oh. That one nearly broke free. Regardless, Ravens are going to get good starting field position here on the return. It is Ravens ball, Phantom. Broncos just scored an awesome touchdown. They ran the Philly special, and Bo Nix had a receiving touchdown. Cortland Sutton to Bo Nix. It was awesome. 1st and 10. Lamar is under center. 5 down lineman for the Broncos. Lamar fires it. Oh, what a catch. They played man that time, but Lamar Jackson just beat you with an incredible throw. Zay Flowers working on Riley Moss. There wasn't much that Moss could do about that. That's just a perfect throw. Flowers did have a step on him, but again, man, that is like as beautiful of a throw as you're going to see right there. Lamar threw him open. So, already in Denver territory at the 40-yard line, the Ravens are just picking up chunk play after chunk play. Toss it to Henry, and Henry will gain 5. Broncos haven't done a bad job against Henry so far. 6 minutes left to play in the first half. Denver has 169 yards in comparison to Baltimore's 121. So if Denver had better execution on their earlier downs on 3rd and 4th down, then Denver could be ahead right now. 2nd and 5 from the 35. They're going to give it to Henry again. Stumbling his way forward. for a gain of maybe 2. 3rd down and 4.
This was a well-designed play. Zach Allen extends it out, which makes Derrick Henry trip.
Let's watch Zach Allen on this.
And flying in, and that.
Oh, that's a great job. Yeah, Zach Allen and Jaquan McMillan. Or Macmillan. 8 carries for 29 yards and a touchdown for Henry. All things considered, no pun intended. All things considered, that's not bad. 3rd down and 4. Jackson floating that one for Justice Hill on the wheel route. He got matched up one-on-one with Jonah Ellis. Why? How in the hell does Jonah Ellis get matched up on a running back? That's just not fair on Ellis, man. You can't ask him to cover Justice Hill one-on-one on a wheel route. What are you doing, Vance? Come on. That's just not fair. That is not fair. Anthony with the $2. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. 1st and goal from the 10. Henry. He's met for a gain of a couple. Got to hold him to another field goal here. Got to. At this point, Ravens are just pounding them up front. And then through the air, man, they're just getting way too many chunk plays. Oh, low throw, incomplete. It was a forward pass. Looking for Zay Flowers. Do we want the Raiders to beat the Bengals for the playoff race? I mean, as much as I would hate having to root for a Raiders win, if it helps the Broncos make the playoffs, then I'm all for it. 3rd down and goal. Got to get a stop here. Got to get a stop. From the 7-yard line, 3rd and goal. 3:54 left to play in the first half. Zay Flowers in motion at the snap. Lamar stepping up. Lamar fires it. Back of the end zone. Caught. Touchdown, Zay Flowers. Working on Jaquan McMillan. And the Ravens are just pounding the Broncos into submission, man. They are punching them. Oh, man. Jaquan just gets out of position on that. That's too easy. So Denver goes downfield, has a great drive, and Baltimore punches them right back. Justin Tucker for the extra point. Yep. It just proves that the Ravens are in a higher class of the league than the Broncos are right now. The Broncos can get there. That's not saying that they can't get there. But right now, the Ravens are a team that you just can't afford to shoot yourself in the foot against. And the Broncos shot themselves in the foot early. You got behind the sticks, and that's what's happening, man. Why isn't Patrick on him? Because he was in the slot on that, so that was Jaquan's responsibility. That's just tough. That is just tough, man. As well as this Broncos defense has played this year, this is just a different quality of opponent than what they've seen all year long. The Ravens, they just match up really well against this team. And it's unfortunate because I kind of expected that for this defense, but I was also expecting the offense to have better execution in the beginning of the game so that way they could put up points of their own. Now you're in a position where you're having to play catch up with the Ravens, and that's not a position that you want to be in because Baltimore is just going to keep stacking those points and make it impossible for you to catch up. PS2 should follow Flowers, in my opinion. We'll see if maybe VJ makes that adjustment. Because at this point, you've seen Flowers kill you both on Riley Moss and on Jaquan McMillan. So we'll see what happens. I have a feeling this will be a repeat of Week 3 from last year. It all depends, man. The Broncos just can't let the game get away from them. If they can keep up on offense, then I don't think it's going to be that bad. But we'll see. It started off with, I believe it was 35-7 at halftime, so the Broncos are already off to a better start, I would say, than the 70-20 fiasco down in Miami. We missed PJ. We missed him last week as well, but the Panthers are bad. Hopefully we can get him back next week. He'll probably play with a cast, but at this point, I'll take PJ with a cast because we have Devon Keys missed a couple of tackles. He had the face mask penalty. So, yeah, definitely we have been missing PJ Locke for sure. This drive before halftime will tell us how this game is going to go, 100%. Baltimore does get the ball to start the second half, which does suck.
Baltimore, these shots provided by Nationwide. Ravens who played 5 of their first 8 games on the road. This is their 4th home game.
All right, here's Justin Tucker's kickoff. And that'll be another touchback. Traymon Smith takes a knee. 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Is Bo using smelling salts? Is he taking those smelling salts before the drive? The thing is, all things considered, he is a good tackler, and that's what this defense is missing right now. 1st and 10. In an ideal world, you can get points, then get a stop, and then have another drive before halftime. You've got 3 timeouts, so that is possible. 1st and 10. Nix fires into traffic, broken up. Looking for Devon Vele. 2nd down and 10. 3:41 left to play in the half. We got Joshua in the house. Good to see you. Long time no see. Hope you are doing well. 2nd down and 10. Fires in. It's batted. Looks like he was going for Javonte Williams and gets batted down at the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 10. Looks like Washington up front. Big Broderick Washington got that paw up there. He was working on Ben Powers, the former Raven. Offensive linemen will tell you that batted balls are on offensive linemen. Looks like we do have the internet situation figured out so far. Looks like it's been stable the whole stream. Knock on wood. 3rd down and 10. Nix. Fires. Wide open. Wide open. Cortland Sutton. Nix finds that little honey hole. And beautiful throw. 34-yard connection. Yep, little double move right there by Sutton. Just finds that little void in the zone. They call it the honey hole. That is fantastic. First and 10. Handoff. Williams. Gain of 2. No lag on my end, says DB. Fantastic. I went and chatted with my apartment manager to see if they could call our internet service provider and see if they could figure out what was going on, why it was dropping so significantly, and it appears they figured it out. For once, it seems that Comcast actually does something right. 2nd and 8. Play fake. Nix. He's going to run it again. Bo Nix diving forward. I would have preferred a slide right there, but he dived for some extra yards. And that's probably going to bring up the 2-minute warning. Broncos once again moving the ball into Ravens territory. All right, got to get points here. Bo Nix, man, his athleticism is definitely something that I didn't appreciate coming out of college like that. I mean, I knew he was athletic. I knew that he could make plays throwing on the run, etc., but his abilities as a runner of the football really were understated coming out of college. And I think that he's actually kind of improved in that area of his game since college. It's incredible. It really is. And it's something that you can depend on as he develops more and more as a drop back passer. You can lean on his mobility and his athleticism. It's awesome. All right, guys, so we are at the 2-minute warning. We will be taking a brief intermission at halftime. Be sure to stay tuned for second half action here on Broncos Syndicate. And just a couple of housekeeping matters, guys. If you could just do me a big favor, leave a like on this stream as well as subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it, guys. Those are both free and easy ways to show your support. It helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out, and it helps us get seen by more and more members of Broncos country, just like you and me. So I would really appreciate it, guys. Really does help us out. He's Josh Allen light with a weaker arm and he's not as strong. I mean, yeah, you could almost say that. I think that he's definitely got some elements to him. My comparison for him coming out of college was actually Brock Purdy. I thought that he showed a lot of traits similar to Brock Purdy, but I'd say that he's an even better athlete at this point than Purdy is. Thank you to whoever took care of that bot. Really appreciate it. All right, guys, so Broncos with another strong drive here. Let's see if they can capitalize and punch it in and get some points. If you can keep this a game, keep this a one-score game again, and hopefully get a stop coming out of halftime, then you'll have a chance to take this game back. All right, here we go.
The Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Yeah, I guess so, Robert.
Coming up, the Verizon halftime report. JB, Nate, Matt, Coach Cowler scores a hotline.
Be smart with the ball and get 7. Let's go, Broncos. I'd say even 3 at this point you'll take. It'll make it a one-score game. Just got to be smart here. No sacks, no penalties, obviously no turnovers. 1st and 10. Little bubble screen to Marvin Mims, and Mims will get about 4 or 5 yards. You got plenty of time here, so you want to preserve those timeouts. Maybe try to get another opportunity to get the ball back here before halftime. Yep, just try to preserve those timeouts as much as you can here. 2nd and 7. You run it straight up the gut. Williams gets you to the 10-yard line, and that's going to set up a 1st down. Let's see if the Ravens want to call timeout here. Try to get the ball back before halftime. Somebody called timeout. I'm not sure who it was. We're still in this, which is odd considering we're down 7-17 to the high-powered Ravens. Yep, but you've played well enough to get yourself back into this game. You've got to punch it in here. And maybe try to get the ball back before halftime. Because the Ravens do get the ball to start the second half. Let's see. Baltimore took a timeout, so they want to get the ball back. There's 1:20 left in the half.
Rush up the middle by Williams, assisted by the likes of Nate Adkins with a great block. It was Adkins, yeah, Matt Burton on that play, but I'm telling you right now.
1st and 10. Nix in the pistol. He's just going to swing it down here to McLaughlin. Get out of bounds, Jaleel. There you go. Stops the clock. 2nd down. 1:14 left. Looked like Jaleel got 3 on that, so it's 2nd down and 7. If we can stop Flowers, we could get a few stops second half and swing the score in our favor. One adjustment they could possibly make again, like we talked about, is put Pat Surtain on Flowers and let him follow. And stop playing soft, squishy zone coverage. Second down and 7. I formation. Uh-oh. Let's see. They were about to get a delay of game. Did Sean Payton get a timeout off? They snapped it at 1. This shouldn't be a delay. Baltimore called a timeout. Okay. I'm not mad about that. Baltimore just bailed Denver out a little bit. I'll take that. Joshua, I think PS2 is just staying on his side to this point. Broncos have played more zone coverage in this game, which I don't like. They haven't been very effective doing it, so I'm hoping that they go back to more of their man coverage roots in the second half. And Ravens are probably going to get this ball back here before halftime. You can't give up any chunk plays to get them in field goal range. We all know Justin Tucker can make long field goals. He literally holds the record for the longest field goal in NFL history. Third down and 7. From the 9-yard line, Bo Nix kills the play. Dropping back, Nix climbs the pocket. Nix, he gets flushed out. Nix, there's a hold. Nix takes it in for the touchdown, but I imagine that's going to come back. There's a hold. Yeah, it is. Boo. Garrett Bowles. That's what happens sometimes when your quarterback gets on the move. You got to grab. He's working on Kyle Hamilton. Yep, he bear hugs him. That's a bear hug, bro. That is a bear hug. Yeah, that's definitely a hold. Damn it. All right, it's third down and 17. At this point, you're just trying to work on a field goal here if you're Denver. From the 19-yard line. There's some communication up front. You got plenty of time to get this off. Bo fires it. End zone. Incomplete. But we do have some more laundry. Let's see what this is.
It's going to be a pre-snap call against Denver.
It's going to be a pre-snap penalty on Denver. It's fourth down. Baltimore's probably going to decline this. Legal formation. Yep. Baltimore's going to decline it, and that's going to bring out Will Lutz and company for the field goal. Sean is not happy at Lucas Kroll. He's chewing Kroll out. Kroll was in the doghouse earlier this year. That might put him back in the doghouse.
The Ravens is an undrafted free agent in 2016, waived and then signed.
37-yard try for Will Lutz.
37 yards.
It's perfect.
Right down the middle it goes.
One score game. Let's go. Good drive. Good drive. All right. Broncos cut into the deficit. Ravens still lead 17-10. They do have a chance here to get the ball back, but Denver's got 3 timeouts, so Denver might want a chance to get the ball back and maybe try to get a field goal again out of this. We'll see how Denver wants to play it. They still have all 3 of their timeouts, but I am more than content with getting points right there. It's a one-score game. I will take that all day long. That holding is devastating, man. What a run by Nix. Yep, that's what happens sometimes when your quarterback gets outside the pocket. I don't think Bowles had to do that per se, but that is what happens sometimes when your quarterback gets outside the pocket. Your offensive linemen, they feel like they're going to get beat, and they hook and turn, or in this case with Bowles, they bear hug. That seems like a patented Garrett Bowles special at this point, the bear hug. All right, got to be careful here on defense. You can't let them get any chunk plays because, again, it's going to be really easy for them to get into Justin Tucker's field goal range because his field goal range is from here to the moon. Yeah, Gabe, you're going to have those bad plays with Bowles. Like, he's just going to goof up sometimes. He's going to hold. He's going to have a pre-snap penalty. He just has mental errors that it seems like inopportune times. But I say Bowles is more than competent as a starting left tackle, but I also believe the Broncos are going to move on from Bowles at the end of this year. I think that they're not going to re-sign him. He's at the end of his contract. I think Denver's going to look for a more long-term option at left tackle. Might as well see what else is out there. Bowles is getting up there in age. If he wants to come back on maybe a 1-year cheap deal, then yeah, I'm for it. But at this point, I think Denver wants to get younger and cheaper at that position. And rightfully so. Now, granted, I don't know what they would be able to acquire in terms of a tackle in the draft. I haven't started scouting yet. So that is something to keep an eye on. But if they feel like there are better options out there, I think that Denver could and should move on from Bowles.
Horizon halftime report with JB and all the crew. Nate, Matt, Coach Coward. Scores and highlights.
I think the Broncos should be buyers at the trade deadline. I think they should add another receiver or tight end or running back. Just another weapon. And that's something that I really think the Broncos need. All right, 54 seconds. We got a touchback. Kelvin Banks out of Texas is a top tackle. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't start scouting really until the season's over. Once the season's over, that's when I really kind of dive deep into it. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens with the Browns today. Can somebody give me a score update on the Browns-Chargers? That would be awesome. 54 seconds. Lamar setting up a screen to Justice Hill. And Hill, first down and more, picks up 13 yards on the screen. 44 seconds and counting. Baltimore trying to hurry up here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Get him. Get him. Get him. Get him. Throws away. And we got a flag. It's in the secondary. Uh-oh. That's usually an indication it's on the defense. Hold on, Surtain. Damn it. No, it's on Riley Moss. Let's see it. Yeah, that's a good call. He grabs him as he comes out of the stem of his route. That's a good call. So, 1st and 10 now from your own 47. Lamar, oh my God, wide open. Zay Flowers still on his feet. Flowers gets a block and he's in for the touchdown. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Once again, more soft zone coverage. More soft zone. Horrible. What are you doing? He's wide ass open, bro. There's nobody within 10 yards of him. There is nobody within 10 yards. What the hell? There's nobody within 10 yards. What are you doing? Yep. That might be game, man. Baltimore gets the ball back to start the second half. Bro, this defense has been horrible. Why are you still playing soft zone? It's pretty clear at this point Lamar's not going to beat you with his legs. He's killing you on the through the air. You've got to make adjustments here. I would rather you let Lamar run all over the yard than this. This is pathetic. This is literally like the Miami Dolphins game from last year. This is sad. This is pathetic, and it's bull. I cannot stand this.
As soon as you're like, okay, go ahead. Well, you got to guard this dude. Yeah, with the whole field with one guy.
You know, the month of October,
Jamal, I'm just more frustrated with the way that the Broncos have approached this game. Trust me, we knew that the Ravens were a superior opponent, but I'm more frustrated with the way the Broncos have approached this game from a game planning and execution standpoint, especially.
Top rushing team in the NFL. And
Bro, come on. I don't understand this defensive game plan. I really don't.
16 seconds to go in the half.
Bobby says, so turns out our defense was overrated. I don't think it's that. I really don't. They're just not calling the right stuff. They really aren't. They are calling a bunch of soft zone coverage, which has not been their MO all season long. This has been a man coverage, blitz-heavy, physical, aggressive defense all year long. And now we're going back to what we saw last year, which is soft zone, crappy, passive coverage. I can't stand it, man. I absolutely cannot stand it. It's not working. It is not working. We know what this team can do when they play man coverage. Right now, they're just playing soft, squishy zone.
see this right here? 19 rushing yards.
And yes, Devon Key was terrible on that play.
Thursday practice. Yes, he's
Broncos aren't going to try to do anything here with 11 seconds. They're going to take a knee.
doing pretty well though with the arm. Well, that's I'm trying.
Bro, the execution has been trash. Complete and utter trash.
So it sounds for us in practice.
The game plan's been trash, especially defensively, and the execution has been trash. All right, Broncos country, we're going to halftime. Stay tuned for second half action here on Broncos Syndicate. I am your host, Gage Madrid. I need a bong rip after this. I am ticked off. We'll be back. Alrighty, we are back, Broncos country. Let's go. Second half action. Denver Broncos versus Baltimore Ravens. Certainly, that was not the first half that the Broncos were looking for. It was pretty bad on defense, man. There wasn't much positive to take away from the defense from the first half. They reverted back to their old ways from last year, playing soft, squishy zone coverage, allowing Lamar Jackson to pick them apart through the air. That touchdown that they gave up at the end of the half was inexcusable. Devon Key should get benched for his lack of effort making that tackle. That was absolutely putrid. The Broncos defense had about as bad of a half as we've seen them have all season long. Offensively, they did have some bad execution early on fourth down, which did stall out a couple of their drives, but they were overall able to move the ball well in the first half. They ran the ball decently enough, and Bo Nix actually was fantastic in that first half. None of the Broncos' issues were on Bo Nix. Even the interception that's on the stat sheet as a pick for Bo Nix, that wasn't his fault. That was a dropped pass by little Jordan Humphrey. So, overall, Bo Nix is not the reason at all why the Broncos are losing this game. He's playing quite well, but the execution around Bo Nix has not been good. The defense, I'm not going to say that this defense was frauds or that they're getting exposed or anything like that, but I think that they approached this game plan completely wrong. Why aren't they sticking with what has worked for them the past 8 games, which is man coverage, aggressive blitzing, all that stuff? We're not seeing any of that in the first half. It's been mostly all soft zone coverage. It's been very passive. I understand that you want to keep your eyes on Lamar and not let him scramble, but I'd much rather play man coverage and risk Lamar scrambling than him just picking you apart with free yards out of the air. That's basically what's happening here because the Broncos are giving wide receivers free releases off of the line of scrimmage. They're giving them zones that they can sit down in, and there are times where there aren't defenders within 10 yards of a receiver for the Ravens. That's terrible. The Broncos have got to play more physical and tight on defense. No more soft zone coverage, especially here in this first possession because the Ravens do get the ball to start out the half. We got Jason in the house saying, "Let's go Broncos." We got Robert saying 159 passing yards, third place on the day of league leaders. I'm assuming you're talking about Bo Nix. Yeah, that's really good. That is really good. Bo's played really well in this game, but again, the defense has been terrible, and the Broncos had some bad execution on fourth down on 2 plays that overall just kind of killed their early momentum in the game. I expected the Ravens to be able to score points, but I thought the Broncos were going to be able to keep up with them much better than they have in this game. So far, the Broncos have had to play catch-up, and that's not a game that you can really afford to play against this Ravens team. They will continue to keep their foot on the gas, and they're not going to give Denver an opportunity to get back in this game. But again, man, positive things you can take away. Bo Nix has played well, and I think that would make Broncos country very happy, even if this game does result in a loss. So Ravens to get the ball. We have a touchback, so it'll be first down and 10 for Baltimore from their own 30-yard line to begin the second half. Joshua says we need to go back to blitzing and man coverage 100%. 100%. Hopefully Vance Joseph made those adjustments at halftime. Yep, D says make it competitive at least. Absolutely. And I'd say before that horrible touchdown to end the half, it had been competitive.
He's got 2 more. He's got 20 yards to go. 20 yards to get to his 1,000-yard season. And look at the Broncos. They ran a lot more plays.
Yep, Denver ran 42 plays to Baltimore's 23, but Baltimore got way more chunk plays because Denver was just willing to give them that, and it's ridiculous. No more soft zone coverage. That touchdown at the end of the half was inexcusable, Maverick. It really was. Like, that was benchable stuff from Devon Key. There was no effort on that play. But Key is back out there, and we got another first down to Mark Andrews. So the Ravens just continue to get whatever they want through the air. More zone coverage. Andrews just sits down in the void. Lamar finds him. It's just way too easy. It's way too easy. Thank you! Thank you, Tony. Thank you. God, man. It just pisses me off. It really does. 1st and 10. Henry. Now he bursts one. Derrick Henry. Gain of 12. And this is just ugly. This defense is outmatched on every single level. Oh, man. They just pull Falele across the right guard. Just like a power run or a trap. Bro, this is going to be a bad day at the office here if this defense doesn't keeps playing passive. They need to get more aggressive. This is ridiculous. And they got another light front once again. Lamar, batted pass! Oh, is it intercepted? No, it hit the ground. Dude, that was your big opportunity right there. Cody Barton nearly had a pick. Oh, bro. It was deflected by Sternad. It was a bad snap. I don't know why Lamar even tried to throw that. That was dangerous, but oh man, that was a missed opportunity. A missed freaking opportunity. It's 2nd down and 10. If you could get off the field here, that would be absolutely fantastic. Hopefully that slowed down Baltimore's momentum. More zone coverage. And you're not winning your matchups up front either. Lamar's going to get out of trouble, and he's just going to flip it, and it is incomplete. Good coverage there. Good job staying with him on the scramble drill, Justin Sternad. That was a good rep by Sternad right there. So back-to-back good reps from him. Oh, that's a great job, man. He stayed with him all the way, one-on-one with Bateman. And, yeah, Bateman can't haul it in, but that's a good... Bateman needs to haul that in. 3rd down and 10. This is your opportunity. Jackson rolling. Pressure that time, and Lamar just says, all right, I'm going to get out of there, and I'm going to get a first down with my legs. You don't have anybody on the other side to contain him, and he just gets free. That's what they mean when it's almost impossible to defend Lamar Jackson, man. Even when you have the right call on defense, he can make you wrong. Another first down from the Denver 36. Henry. And he is tackled in the backfield. Malcolm Roach down there to slam him. 2nd down and 10. They're already in field goal range for Justin Tucker and make it a 3-score game. So this game's already... Now it looks like Denver's tightening down and playing some press coverage. Derrick Henry inside the 20, tackled down at the 17. And the Broncos are losing up front. 13 carries, 64 yards, and a touchdown for King Henry. Broncos have a very light front here. Yep. They're just too light to the right side, and they don't have the numbers, and Henry makes them pay for it. First and 10. Up the gut, it's Henry again. Chugs forward for gain of 5. This is nuts. They are dominating.
Denver just got stunted completely. And that has not happened all year in Derrick Henry.
Yeah, this defense, man, this is just ridiculous. They're playing terrible. Yep, this is just not Denver's day on defense at all. 2nd down and 6. Oh, man, missed tackle in the backfield from Browning, and Henry's still able to turn it into positive yardage. Let's see what this is.
This is not a penalty. He's trying to talk to the refs. He's telling them it's actually.
Looks like it's going to be on Baltimore, or maybe not.
Is that real? Was Lamar right?
Personal foul, stripping, defense, number 5.
Really? Really?
Automatic first down.
Aaron Browning called for the trip.
You got to give Lamar credit.
Let's see. I didn't see that. Looks like Lamar was lobbying for a flag.
With his foot. He was trying to.
He's starting to become a bit of a liability out there.
I don't know.
Let's see. From this angle.
So egregious.
Oh, I don't know about that.
But they flag him nonetheless.
Ugh, that's tight. That's a little ticky-tack. Gash it for an easy touchdown. Why aren't you stacking the box? You're going with these light defensive fronts, and now that just allows Derrick Henry to gash you. And now this game's gone. It's about to be 31-10.
Watch the blocking on the edge right here.
Just horrible day defensively, man. Horrible day. Yep, this is what you call a bad game.
Sideline. It looks like a
Not good, Broncos country, at all.
way for Denver fans to see if you're for real. How you can adjust things. They're just getting up physical right now, and that's a rarity for this team.
Gonna have to see how you respond next into this game with a crap game plan. You had crap execution on offense to start the game, and the game just got away from you quick.
They go by initials.
Gotta flush this one and move on to next week against a divisional opponent, man. Baltimore came in, they were off a loss last. Sucks. This team has gotta find a way to bounce back next week. They really do.
Boots, even sandals.
They're probably wondering if there's
What the
anything
fuck?
else like the walk fit.
Oh.
Actually, there is something that's sort of close.
What the hell?
This is the orthotic
There we
that
go.
you hear advertised on the
The
radio.
TV changed channels on me. There we go. But that decision to abandon what was working for the first 8 games of the year and drop back and play way too much zone coverage, it cost you. And we saw Denver kind of try to adjust here, but at this point, Henry's just going to start gashing you up front. You're playing with these light fronts, a lack of adjustment on defense. It's just not good, man. You've got to bounce back. This is the first time this year that I can truly say how you can bounce back next week. You really took command of this game from the jump, played well, and we'll see how he goes out there and he fights back after being down at this point 31-10. You're probably not going to win this game. We'll see. Let's just hope to see Bo put up a few touchdowns before it's over. Yep, 100%. I'm happy with Bo's performance on the day. I really am. I really am. He's played well. None of this is Bo Nix's fault. This is just a really bad day on your defensive side of the ball, and you had a couple of bad 4th down plays on offense that stunted a couple of drives. If you had better execution on 4th down, then you probably would have at least been in a position to keep up with the Ravens, but that didn't happen, and now you're getting boat raced. You can't have those mistakes against a quality of opponent like this. You can afford to have them against a team like the Carolina Panthers, but you can't afford that. Baltimore Ravens, especially sometimes, man. It's just how it goes. He bounces back. Ravens 31-10.
Compelling case why Derrick could be the front runner. You think about it. He's first in all of these statistical categories, and he really, truly.
I just don't think that the defense had a good game plan coming into this. They're playing way too much soft zone coverage, and Lamar's kind of a pick-your-poison approach, but the Broncos found. Javonte Williams gains 6. It sucks, man, because you've had a 14-point swing since the last time the offense touched the ball. It sucks.
Denver can't make mental mistakes. They can't have physical mistakes or turnovers, right?
What Tony said.
They have not won a game when they've lost the turnover battle in 2 years.
2nd and 5. Bo gets out of trouble. Nix weaves his way forward, and He's able to get about 3. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and short. So for the rest of the game, Broncos are going to be in 4-down territory. Again, I've been more than pleased with the way Bo Nix has played today. So 3rd down and 2. Broncos are 4 for 8 so far on 3rd downs in this game. Tight formation. Nix in trouble, and Bo is sacked. Taken down there by number 95 for the Ravens. Tavius Robinson gets the sack, and Denver will punt it away.
The young quarterback just has to improve. You're going to do this to get a natural bubble with a guy running across with you. Throw it to the flat. Bam. Instead, he's already thinking about using his legs.
So, Bo, first bad play of the game. It's lagging. Oh, crap. We were doing so good, man. We were doing so good. It's gone down again. Ah, damn. So the team collapses and then my internet collapses. That is absolutely fantastic. Okay, I think it's trying to fight its way back. Damn, dude. Alrighty, take care, man. Good to see you. Robert says needed. It's tough, man. Bad execution from the jump. Your defense has been bad. Yep, this is gone. Got to find a way to flush this game. Bounce back next week against Kansas City. It's going to be a big game for you, man. It really is. I still think that this team should be active at the trade deadline. I still think that they should make a trade. It looks like the Browns are getting boat raced. We're going to lobby for that until Tuesday when the trade deadline's over. I still think that would be a move that the Broncos could make that would make a real difference for them. So I really do feel that overall that is better than you on paper. You got to flush it. You've got to move on, and you've got to bounce back. That's what you have to do. Would like to close the spread at least for respect. Yeah, 100%. Obviously, that last drive offensively isn't going to help your cause in that regard. Let's see how much longer the Ravens want to keep their starters in there. That's another factor as well. The Broncos might want to think about getting some guys out of here and moving on to next week. Live to fight another week. This obviously is not your day, man. Yeah, just like Maverick says, if it's one bad game, I'm not too worried about it. And I would say that I wouldn't even say this is necessarily like a measuring stick. Like, you could have executed better and you could have been more in this game. You just shot yourself in the foot early. Screen, Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry breaking tackles. And he's tripped up at the 50-yard line by Cody Barton. And Cincinnati is beating the Raiders, so that does not help the Broncos in terms of standings. Joe Burrow, fantastic on the day. Our defensive liabilities are quite telling. It's certainly going to help when you get P.J. Locke back in there, get Devon Key out of the lineup. And against a guy like Lamar Jackson, the Broncos clearly feel like they have to drop back and play zone coverage. And hopefully they're not going to run into another situation like that, because the Broncos have made their money this year being an aggressive, blitzing man coverage team, and they have done none of that this year, or this game. You're not going to face another quarterback like Lamar Jackson again this year, so that is at least a positive. I think next week against Mahomes' ranked defense throughout this season. 2nd and 2. Justice Hill dances forward, gains 3, another first down. D-Rock says, ass got handed to us. Yep, that's just going to happen sometimes. That is going to happen. 5:48 left to play in the third quarter. Condensed. Deontay Johnson's in the game. He goes in motion. Lamar fires, and again, open. That's Mark Andrews. Devon Key once again loses the rep. And another big play for Andrews. So at this point, you really need to think about benching Devon Key. He has been terrible. Yeah, they desperately need to get PJ Locke back in the lineup. Maverick says, to be fair, a lot of teams have gotten killed by the Ravens these past couple of years. And again, this team just matches up well, this Ravens team does, against what the Broncos do well. And Denver's stupidly gone away from what they've done well. I don't get it. I really don't. I think next week against the Chiefs, we're going to find out if this team has the ability to bounce back from something like this. There's plenty of areas that you can look at and go, okay, we did this, this, and this poorly, and this is why we lost. This is one where you got to study hard in the film room and pinpoint all those deficiencies, and you've got to get them cleaned up. How long is PJ Locke out? I don't know. He's in a cast right now. Hopefully, maybe he can play with that cast. That would be an ideal outcome. So maybe they can get him back next on 1st down and 20, and he picks up 17 yards. Looks like the Broncos are just laying down and dying at this point. I don't like this. I don't like seeing this lack of fight. Second and 4. Toss. Another 1st down. Dude, he just... We'll find out if this game was an anomaly or if this defense just is going to beat up on bad opponents and completely fold over and die against a team like Baltimore. Now the Ravens are literally just running out the clock. Robert says, remember, we didn't have our starting safety versus Miami either. Yeah, that's true. Again, this isn't as bad as that Miami game. Like, that Miami game was the true low point of this team. But this is an ugly loss. There's no beating around the bush. This is a bad loss. And it's one that 280 podcast, which I'm a part of on every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, I said that the Broncos were going to get their teeth kicked in against Baltimore, and it's exactly what they were going to need heading into the rest of the season. And then they were going to bounce back the following week and kick the teeth in Kansas City. They were going to beat the Chiefs. I think that helps tell the Broncos that they need to be playing better football if they want to be serious about making a playoff run. This team is not dead. This team is still in pole position to make the playoffs this year. The Broncos are in good position, even if they lose this game, which obviously they're going to. But they have to take away from this game that they are vulnerable and that they can't afford to shoot themselves in the foot early on in games, man. That's the big takeaway here. It really is. Uh-oh. Looked like Jonah Ellis and Pat Ricard were getting into it right there. Bro trading him. I still think trading Judy was ultimately the right move. You just didn't make the right moves in subsequent decisions after that. You weren't able to find a guy to replace that production. But I do think that moving on from Judy and not buying on Alexander and another Ravens touchdown. About to be 38-10. Ouch. Yeah, I'm more ticked off about the Patrick move than the Judy move, to be honest. The fact that the Cleveland Browns gave Jerry Jeudy a $150 million contract or whatever it was, there's no way in hell Denver was ever going to give that contract to Jerry Jeudy. No way. Yeah, let another team pay that all day long. Here's Tucker. Extra point is good. And the route is on in Baltimore. A 4-score game. Ouch, Broncos country. Ouch. Yep, even now when Denver is starting to play man coverage, it's just over. This defense isn't showing that fight. It's done. It is done, donezo. Gotta move on, man. We are on to Kansas City. That is what Sean Payton should say in the presser. Answer to every question. We're on to Kansas City. We are on to Kansas City, Broncos country. And I think the Broncos have a chance to go in there pissed off and ready. This is an opponent that they should have beat. Obviously, Denver should have at least been in better position in this game. They should have kept up with the Ravens. I still thought that the Ravens were ultimately going to win, but go into Kansas City and lose on the season. Denver has a chance to do that. And I'm excited, man. I really am. I really am excited for next week because we're going to... Dude, this is our last game that we have to deal with political commercials. Thank God. I cannot stand it, dude. I am so done with all of it. Just this whole political cycle. And again, like I talked about earlier, I still think that the Broncos should be active on the trade market. Try to find a piece to add at receiver, maybe. You've been passive these past couple of weeks, and all of the good receivers have kind of flown off the board, but maybe Broncos can get some help there, or maybe make... This is the Lions game from last year. You're not good enough to beat Super Bowl contenders, but you're on the right track for the next couple of years, for sure. And again, this team still has a good shot to make the playoffs this year. And if this team makes the playoffs and gets the monkey off their back of not making the playoffs since the 2015 season, I think that overall Broncos country would be happy with that. And uh-oh, my TV just went down again. All right, it just lasted for a second last time, guys, but just in case it goes down again, or it stays down, I'm going to go ahead and bring in the backup option, so just bear with me for 1 second here, guys. Again, last time. Okay. Yeah, but even if the Broncos go to the playoffs, I think overall Broncos country would be very pleased with that. I know I certainly would be. All right. We have a flag down on the return. I know I'm on a delay right now, guys. I'm just waiting for my TV to bounce back. Holding on the return. Is the audio okay here, guys? Do I need to adjust anything on the audio side for this? Let me know. Lagging like crazy? Oh my God. Yeah, it doesn't like this. It does not like it. Audio's just going in and out. I want my internet. Oh, come on. And it's caught by McLaughlin. Looks like my TV's trying to come back. Kyle Hamilton makes the tackle. Okay, TV's back. All right, get rid of that. All right, TV's back. We're good. All right, we're back. 3rd and 11. Nix. Slides. Fires incomplete. No flag. Marvin Mims looked like he did get tangled up.
Just getting blasted, 12 first downs to none, and -2 total yards of offense.
Let's see. Ooh, that looked like that was early contact. Not a great route either by Mims. And so yet another punt.
At the goal line to punt it to Wallace.
Tylan Wallace back deep to accept it.
Wallace was contacted.
Wallace rolling out. Uh-oh, Wallace has a lane. Wallace with a big return to the 40-yard line.
Also had that game-winning 76-yard punt return in overtime a year ago to beat the
Yeah, that should have been PI.
is some threat. You got a nice return of 20 yards on that occasion.
But again, it doesn't matter. This game's over. It's the Broncos are getting boat raced by the Ravens right now. It's ridiculous.
Harbaugh, him and Belichick, two of the best head coaches.
And the Ravens still have starters out there.
They got 4 or 5 important.
Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, all their starters still out there.
It's not quite fully grasped yet, but we're seeing the evolution. That's a good sign that they've done today.
Harbaugh was a long-time assistant up there in Philadelphia as a special
1st and 10.
and Sean
Up the gut.
Look at the hurdle
Henry.
by Henry as he's galloping toward a
Gain of 7. The Ravens are making a statement after the Browns game. Yep, and hopefully the Broncos are able to make a statement after this game. 29th 3 and out. Broncos lead the league. Yep, not good. Gabe says Mims is a terrible receiver. Yeah, he really is. His route running sucks. He's got the drops. I'm definitely having less and less faith in Marvin Mims as time goes on, for sure. Not good. Yep, Denver just looks dead out there. They really do. Again, man, I think it's just time to pack it up and move on to next week. It's what you have to do. Mims has no nuance to his game. He's a return weapon, but that's it. 100%. And people were calling that warning in training camp. I know I sure was, and a lot of fans weren't willing to listen. And now we're seeing that, sure enough, the Broncos were right, keeping Marvin Mims in the doghouse early on. Same thing with Troy Franklin. Right now, he's just not a receiver in the NFL. He is a speed merchant that can't catch. And the Broncos are in a really bad position right now. I was not a fan of the Troy Franklin pick at the time. I thought the Broncos could have gotten a starting tight end with that pick. And now we've got Denver with the worst tight end room in the NFL. I am still pounding the table for them to go out and trade for David Njoku. That would be huge, man. If you would acquire Njoku heading into this Chiefs game, that would be huge. Because right now, the Broncos are getting nothing out of their tight end room. They need something, man. And they could have gotten a starting tight end in the 4th round instead of trading up for Troy Franklin. You didn't do it. And now, here you sit with offensive weapon issues. But again, I wouldn't even say that's the big reason why the Broncos lost this game. I'm putting this loss on the defense. I really am. Sure, you want better execution there from little Jordan Humphrey at the beginning of the game. You want a better route just now from Marvin Mims. I mean, you want all of that, but still, the Broncos, their defense just got completely punched in the mouth. Or activate A.T. Perry. I think that is a very feasible option as well. He's been on the team for, 3 weeks now? I think he's had plenty of time to learn any of the differences between the playbook here and the playbook that was in New Orleans last year. And meanwhile, Zach Allen just jumped offside. So a free 1st down for the Ravens. Broncos continue to shoot themselves in the foot.
There with Sean Payton, but he's building it. I think Denver makes the playoffs this year, okay?
Tony Romo thinks Denver makes the playoffs this year, and I agree. I think Denver makes the playoffs this year. This game doesn't really change my outlook on the team that much at all. It really doesn't.
99 is going to jump right there.
Yeah, Franklin's getting open, but he's not making the catch.
Far and away.
That's the most important part. I don't care if you're getting open. You've got to finish. You've got to make the catch.
Also, the most tackles for loss in the Premier
Yep, terrible game, Kim. Absolutely terrible. Got to go watch the tape, learn from your mistakes, then flush it and move on to Kansas City. Steve says the Broncos aren't making the playoffs. Their schedule is favorable towards the back half of the year. They've got a strong chance to make it. They really do. But they've got to pick up a win here against either Kansas City or Atlanta. And I think the Broncos can. They really do. I really think they can do it. I do. They've shown that they can play well against good teams. But, I mean, that Buccaneers game, at the time, the Buccaneers were playing like one of the best offenses in the NFL. They were playing great. And the Broncos completely kicked the teeth in of them. Back to Henry. But a game like today, you went in with a horrible game plan on defense to play soft zone coverage. That came back to bite you in the ass. It really did.
Twice been here in the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks. But he's reaching milestones, it seems like, practically every game. He had the 10,000 yards rushing on his...
How many turnovers for Denver so far? Only the one. Only the little Jordan Humphrey drop that led to an interception. But you also had, I believe it was 2 turnovers on downs in the first half.
2,000 yards?
3rd down and 2. Lamar's in trouble. Lamar breaks 2 sacks. And Lamar is finally caught from behind by Justin Sternad, short of the line to gain.
Mark him down at about the 20, about 2 or 3 yards short. Whereas Henry had a 2,000-yard season back in 2000 in Tennessee. Great effort, by the way.
But the hope for the Denver Broncos is they're going to go into Kansas City next week pissed off and ready to punch that Chiefs team in the mouth. The Chiefs have shown that they are vulnerable. They are beatable, although a team hasn't finished the job yet. The Broncos are hoping to be that first team to do that. The Chiefs haven't been executing at the highest level. They have shown signs that if you play your cards right, you can go in and beat them. Again, nobody has done it yet, but we'll see if this Broncos team can execute better than they did this week and go in there and give the Chiefs a run for their money. Meanwhile, Justin Tucker is good on the extra point, making it on the field goal, making it a 41-10 ball game. Time for the deep ball shots from Bo. Maybe Franklin catches one, though I prefer it to be Vele or Sutton because they actually deserve the attempts. Yep, at this point, the Ravens are going to sit back. They're going to drop back and play zone, so Bo's going to be able to take whatever he wants underneath. Honestly, at this point, I'm okay with just pulling all starters out. Put Jarrett Stidham in, let him mop this one up, and move on to next week. You're not going to benefit from keeping your starters in this game. Get them all out, move on. Not your day, and just move on to next week, man. That's what you have to do. So I'm all for just pulling starters and waving the white flag at this point. There's nothing to gain from keeping starters out there in a 31-point blowout. And like I said a couple weeks ago on the 5280 podcast, this might be a loss that the Broncos look back on, and it might have ignited their season. Because we look back at the Miami Dolphins loss from last year, that was the loss that kind of ignited things for the Broncos in terms of personnel changes, and it really jump-started what the Broncos are starting to build right now. Sometimes a team needs to get punched in the mouth in order to really collect themselves and figure out who they really are as a football team. I feel like the Broncos might have a chance to do that here. Seriously. This might be a blessing in disguise for the Denver Broncos. If they go into Kansas City next week pissed off, I think that they have a strong chance to win. Looks like we'll be the 7th seed after today. Hey man, that's still in. That is still in the playoffs. I will take that all day long. I don't care what seed the Broncos are. As long as they are seeds 1 through 7, that gets them in the dance. And you know what they say, all you have to do is get into the dance to have a chance. And again, we'll be happy for the Broncos if they just make the playoffs, man. That would be a very successful season for this team, and they still have a very strong chance to do that, and I still think they are going to do it. I really do. So 12:49 left to play. Let's see if the Broncos want to keep their starters out there. Looks like they are going to keep starters out, which I am not exactly a big fan of. I don't want to see anybody get hurt in a blowout. I really don't. It's not necessary. But the Broncos do have some beatable opponents on their schedule coming up. They've got the Raiders again. They've got the Colts. They've got the Bengals. They've got the Browns. They've got the Chargers, who the Broncos have never been swept by since 2010. The Broncos have very beatable opponents, and the Falcons game being in Denver, it's probably going to be colder weather. That does benefit Denver in that game. So the Broncos have a favorable schedule in the back half of the season. That's why I am so strongly confident in their abilities to make the playoffs.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 14. That 15-yard penalty will be added to the result.
Face mask on Kyle Hamilton.
Yeah, I remember that 2014 team that punched your games. Here's the face mask call.
Well, the defending champs, Seattle, no one could go in there and win.
Let Bo get the experience, in my opinion. Poor Bo has bad talent surrounding him. Fair enough, but I think overall, you're going to say that Bo Nix played well today. I don't think there's any reason to keep him in and risk him getting injured.
It was like, the game was simple. And we could
Or anybody getting injured for that matter.
big bad guys because we could do each thing well.
First down and 10. Bo just throws it into traffic, and Lucas Kroll gets popped, and it's incomplete.
We've got an update. Nate Hassel in New York.
Even being competitive is impressive this year with all the dead cap and lack of early round talent due to traded picks. Yep, that is very true. That is very true. Remember, the over-under on this game or on this team was set at 5.5 wins. Vegas thought that this team was going to be trash, and the Broncos have gone out and shown that they are a good football team. They just got shit canned today. That's what it boils down to. I know that's a quarter in the swear jar, but that's an accurate description of what happened today. Nix throws it out of bounds. Troy Franklin into double coverage would have been a tough catch. And we got some laundry. This has been a very flag-happy game. Oh, legal contact on Baltimore. All right. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
I watched that. I was watching the field there. I think this is a wrong call.
Looks like we lose here, lose Chiefs, Falcons undecided, win Raiders, Browns, Colts. I don't know, man. I actually think that the Broncos have potential to go into KC next week and really atone for what happened today. I'm not going to sit here and say that Chiefs game's a loss. But I definitely think that those games against the Raiders, Browns, and Colts, those are on games that on paper you should win, and those are games that the Broncos have won this year. Games that on paper they should win. Boo! Oh my God! Dude, he ran all the way across the field and then finally throws it to Cortland Sutton complete. That was a hell of a backyard scramble drill play by Bo right there. That was fun. I love that. That is so much fun. He is elusive, man. He is elusive. Yeah, Bo's played great today. He really has. If there is one positive thing you can take away, and it's probably the one thing that you would want to take away in terms of a blowout loss, your quarterback played really damn well. He ran half a gasser almost. You're not going to see Bo Nix check himself out of the game because he's tired. 3rd down and 5. He rolls out, resets, fires, completes to Sutton, and Sutton lowers his shoulder. 1st down at the 15. And Sutton a little slow to get up. He's kind of holding in his side right there. Hopefully he's okay. No, Bo played great today. He really did. In the first half, he was fantastic. Oh, ouch. Nix took a shot in the ribs on that one. Hopefully he's going to be all right. Excuse me. Hopefully he's going to be all right. Williams. Gain of 4. So Broncos trying to get a garbage time touchdown here. Make it look a little bit more respectable on the scoreboard.
Back in the early 90s, I had a chance to even
10 minutes left to play.
his dad, after a good college career, became coach.
Announcers making fun of Richardson. Ouch.
That's awesome.
2nd down and 6.
He did.
Trips left. Nix pulls it down. He's going to run it. Bo Nix has a block, and Nix out of bounds at the 1st down and goal for the Broncos. Gotta be honest, I think he should have never been the 4th overall pick to begin with. He had... Okay, defensive hold. He had accuracy issues coming out, issues with processing both pre and post snap. His mechanics are poor. Sure, he can throw the ball far, but he has no idea where it's going. I think that Richardson is a guy who, growing up, just depended on him being the biggest, fastest, and strongest guy out there. And in the NFL, that is no longer the case. He hasn't mentally developed as a drop-back passer. It seems that he still has issues with maturity. Williams up the gut. Stuffed at the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal. But, yeah, that's really it, man. I thought Alex Rollins did a fantastic video yesterday, actually, breaking down just some of the issues that Richardson has had pretty much his entire career, and why, honestly, at this point, the Colts made the right decision cutting their losses now. It's clear that Richardson isn't the guy. Nix, back of the end zone, incomplete. My normal philosophy is give a young quarterback 3 years to develop, but if they show flashes early on that they're not the guy, like clear and obvious signs that they are not the guy, then I am okay with cutting your losses early on and moving on, and this is a scenario where I am okay with the Colts moving on from Anthony Richardson. I've been all in on Bo all year, and this is the season and that's all this season should have been about. We exceeded expectations of league reporters and will continue to ascend as long as we can get some skill for Bo. Well said. Very well said. 3rd and goal. Nix is sacked. He was just trying to make a play there. Trenton Simpson finally comes downhill and gets him. 4th down and goal. Might as well go for it. He's really trying to give little Jordan Humphrey redemption shots. I mean, at this point, is there really even a redemption shot? We're beating expectations, just don't get Bo hurt. 100%. That's why I wanted to get starters out of the game. If you get a touchdown here, then I am all for just pulling starters. 4th and goal. From the 14. Nix fires. Too high. Looking for Sutton. Fires it over his head. Incomplete. And the Broncos turn it over on downs once again. 41-10, 8 minutes and 9 seconds. Let's see if the Ravens want to keep Lamar out there, or are we going to see some Josh Johnson mop-up duty? No is the answer on little Jordan Humphrey. At this point, man, I think that the Broncos need to explore other options there. More Devon Vele, more A.T. Perry, maybe bring him into the mix, or trade for somebody. Oh, yo, I just saw that play over again. That was a horrible effort, bro. You've got to catch that, dude. Help your quarterback out. I'm done. Get Humphrey out. I am done. That is ridiculous. I don't care that he's your best blocking receiver. If you're not going to give effort on a play like that, then get out. I don't want you on my field. Get out. I'm sorry. The move to move on from Tim Patrick for little Jordan Humphrey, terrible. Little Jordan Humphrey, Maverick. Bo was trying to squeeze that ball in, and he did not work his way to the ball. He just gave up and slowed down on the route. It was ridiculous. That was a complete non-effort play. Bo's giving you a chance, man, all game long to make plays, and the Broncos have not delivered. I will reiterate it once again. This team, or this loss today, was not on Bo Nix. Bo Nix played great. He really did. First and second, yeah, I would agree. The Broncos need to address receiver. I think they need to sign a couple in free agency and draft a couple. They need to completely revamp this receiving core. Defense, huge letdown. Can't believe people thought Vance would have a chance at head coach. I think he still does. I don't think he's going to want to take the job ultimately. But, yeah, no, schematically, I thought it was a big-time letdown today. Way too much zone coverage. Way too passive. And no adjustments made until it was too late. Yeah, not a good day from Vance at all. Not a good day. Yep, Josh Johnson is now in the game. Mop up these last 8 minutes. Broncos still have starters out there on defense. And Derrick Henry's in the game. Oh, is the ball out? They got it back. Daniel says it should definitely be A.T. Perry next week. I'm hoping we see A.T. Perry. I really do. He's had enough time to learn the offense. Plus, he had already been in this offense before last year in New Orleans, so I don't see why you're not playing Perry at this point. Lamar, 16 for 19, 280 yards, 3 touchdowns. They keep it with Henry on the ground, who's still in the game. And Henry gains about 6. Looks like Jameis for the Browns threw 3 second-half picks. That's a win for us this year. I also think with the Browns losing today that they're probably going to be sellers at the deadline, and they might move David Njoku. So that is also good news for the Broncos. We will be definitely making a video about that today because I'm still going to keep pounding the table for the Broncos to trade for David Njoku. 3rd down and 3 from the 21. Hill, he's not going to get it. So too little, too late. Denver finally gets a stop. We can slow the KC offense down, but can we score on them? That defense is pretty good. That is a good question. That is definitely the question. Just to establish a run game early, I thought the Broncos did a good job running the ball early in this game. It was just the 4th down play calling on those first couple of drives that really let you down, and then obviously the little Jordan Humphrey fiasco with the pick. But if you guys, or if they can eliminate those early mistakes, then I absolutely think that they can go in there and do it. I really do. Oh, Mims dropped the ball. There's a flag down. Mims still going. Marvin Mims gets a block, hurdles a man. Marvin Mims is still on his feet, but that's probably going to come back. Drake London out with a hip. Ooh, we'll have to see if that maybe bleeds into Week 11. If the Falcons don't have Drake London, that would drastically change my outlook for that game. I'm just happy Bo is our franchise guy. I thought he looked really good this game. Definitely passed the eye test. 100%. 100%. That is the most positive thing that we can take away from today. And my philosophy going into this year was even if the Broncos weren't a good team, as long as Bo showed growth and development each and every single week, then quite frankly, that's a win for the Broncos. So even though today was a loss for the Broncos, I would say that today was a win because of how well Bo played. Dude, they do flyovers and parachuters in Denver every home game. That was so cool to see at the Carolina game. They do the parachute every game, and they do the flyover at least like 3 or 4 times a year. But the parachute, it's super cool, man. That's one of my favorite parts about Broncos home games. Maverick says, not sure I'd call him the franchise guy yet. Okay, I'm not necessarily franchise quarterback, but he definitely looks like the quarterback of the future for this team. I think we can fairly say that at this point in time. He's shown enough growth. He's shown enough development that Bo Nix will be the Broncos' starting quarterback in 2025. Yeah, they're still discussing this penalty. Adrian Hill, the referee, is talking to Sean right now. Sean is less than enthused, of course.
Special people around this league and his long-going battle with ALS, beloved, works in the communities, and is able to create events for this team to be around a presence in front of these players.
Sean is clenching his fists. It's like the Arthur meme. He is pissed. Yes, Gabe. I think Bo has that it factor, 100%. Oh, Cecil shout me out? Let's go. Love Cecil, man. He's kinds of love for Cecil.
By the way, let's just do it all over again.
It looks like they're going to re-kick. Probably offsetting penalties. Oh, D-Mac got in a bike wreck? Holy crap. I did not see that. Hopefully he's okay, man. That's scary. Yeah, I met D-Mac one time when he was still at 104.3 The Fan. I went on Denver Sports Tonight with Cecil, and right before that was D-Mac, and it was No Sean Moreno on the air with him at the time, so I got to meet both D-Mac and No Sean. That was really cool. So it looks like you're going to re-punt this here. On Halloween? Ooh. Yeah, I did not see that. Hopefully he's all right, man. That's not good.
I don't get to put that on my ledger.
All right, 4th down and 4. The kick is away from Jordan Stout. Marvin Mims circling. Mims gets past Likely, and Likely finally catches him by the tiptoe. 5 minutes left to play in the game. Bo made plays this game that vets usually make. He's getting better every game. 100%. 100%. His footwork is getting cleaner and cleaner by the game. We're seeing him less and less skittish in the pocket. He's layering those second-level throws. No complaints at all with the way Bo Nix performed today. He was great. He really was. I don't know what the stat line's going to indicate for Bo, but as far as eye test and watching the film, Bo's been great. But outside of that, there's not much positive to say on the game on the day. Maybe the first half run game. That's another positive, but defensively, I don't have very many nice things to say. I thought that this was a game where Vance Joseph had the opportunity to go out there and outclass the Baltimore Ravens, and instead he reverted back to his old passive, soft zone coverage ways, and really, really made me mad. It really did. Wet concrete that was poorly cautioned, coned off by the city, and his bike got stuck and he face planted. Oh, dude. No. Oh, that is nasty. Dude, I'm going to have to go wish D-Mac some well wishes. That is nasty. Yes, tackling was also crap. Is he the only rookie quarterback to have a rushing, throwing, and receiving touchdown in their rookie year? That is a good question. I do not know the answer to that. I don't like that Vance went away from the blitz. It cost us the game and momentum. 100%. It's what the Broncos have done well all year long. Single high, man coverage, blitz the hell out of your opponent, and make them basically beat you through the air. And instead, Lamar Jackson had free opportunities to beat you with the air because he had soft zone coverage. Absolutely ridiculous. First since John Elway. Okay, I didn't know if John Elway had a receiving touchdown or not. Robert says, that was such a great play when Bo received Cortland's touchdown. Made the game worth watching after for me since I'm not local. Yeah, man, that was easily the play of the game, and that's going to be one of the top plays of the season. 100%. There was a graphic about it on the trick play. Okay, I did not see that. First down and 10, offset eye right. Give it to Estime. Looks like Matt Peart's in the game. I don't know if he was in as a jumbo or if somebody's out. The pass rush let us down. They didn't keep contained. Yeah, that was bad. That was horrible. There was way too many times they let Lamar out of the pocket or get pressure when we needed it, for sure. That's definitely going to be a point of emphasis in my post-game show, is just not being able to generate pressure and production up front. And also breaking contain. That's not good either. You've got to keep Lamar in the pocket. Was Benito's play a sack? I don't know if that went as a sack or if that just went as a rush or as a rush for loss. I don't know. The way it looked, it's probably going to be a rush play because Lamar tucked the ball to run. It went as a TFL. Okay.
Down 41-10.
Isn't it crazy they both have the same number of wins?
Yeah.
17 seasons.
This is to break the tie. Same number of seasons as a head coach. Same number of Super Bowl wins.
Third down and 4 from their own 45-yard line. Nix stands in the pocket, fires. Good catch. Going up to get it, Cortland Sutton. Bo puts it high where Cortland Sutton can jump up and get it, and Sutton does just that.
All the way across. Bo Nix looked left and then threw this little
Robert says, I still count it in my book as a sack. I wouldn't be surprised if Sean Payton maybe went to the league and tried to lobby for him to change it to a sack. They did that about a week ago, I believe, with Jared Verse, who was credited with a TFL in the game, but after going back and looking at it, it was changed to a sack. So we'll see if that happens maybe for Nick Benito. Bo, 18 for 32, 214 yards, and the pick, which wasn't his fault. I think overall he's played a lot better than what the stat line would indicate. Stat line says he's only got a 50% completion, or a little over a 50% completion, but overall I thought that Bo played really well, made some big boy throws in this game, made some plays with his legs. Bo played great. Estime still going. Oh, he's still going. Audric Estime finally brought down inside the 10-yard line. Estime refused to go down. What a run by Audric Estime. It was a great block by Mike Burton, but Estime able to grind through that contact. The Ravens weren't even trying to bring him down. First and goal. And off, Estime. Gets it down to the 3. Second down and goal. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left to play.
You could almost say those are 1,800 guys. Feels like 1,800. Those were two legends. Early part. Which John started with the football dominance there, but Harbaugh's are a dominant family.
Yes, they are. Of course, last week, John saw them.
Second and goal.
And then his brother Jim goes to Cleveland today and beats them. So they had Harbaugh back to
And the timeout taken by Baltimore.
Your team playing with brothers, because you know they probably talk.
Oh, yeah.
And you know they write all the little subtle.
Why are we going to commercial break? There's 17 seconds left before the 2-minute warning. This game is over. Why are we going to a commercial break? Seriously. Alright guys, we will be going live immediately after this game is over for the post-game show. And then once Sean Payton takes the podium, we will be transitioning over to the post-game press conference stream. So hopefully you guys can stay tuned for that. This is obviously going to be a spicy press conference after today's loss. I still believe in the direction this team is heading, or I still believe this team is heading in the right direction. I expected us to lose this one, just go into KC and take down the champs. And honestly, I think the Broncos are very capable of going in there and doing that. I really do. I think that this is a loss that the Broncos can benefit from for the rest of this season, especially this next game. Go into Kansas City pissed off and ready to punch them in the mouth. Yeah, I want to knock off the Chiefs here and sweep their second stringers in the season finale. That would certainly be ideal. That would be fantastic. I mean, at this point, Denver probably kissed any chance of winning the division goodbye with this loss. So your best bet is to get into the playoffs as a wild card team. But if you could sweep the Chiefs somehow, man, that would be hilarious. Thought they were getting ready to come back. Not yet. But overall, guys, definitely tough loss for the Broncos for sure. Go ahead and actually change this real quick here. Okay. Get the thumbnail ready here for the post-game show. That way I can just go live for that. We only have one sack from JFM early, so I think we're at 31. Yep, 31. Oh, man. It looked like the TV kind of cut that play off, but third down and goal. It was an incomplete pass, it looked like. Bo now 18 for 33, 214 and a touchdown.
I can remember that. Reggie White
Well, I'll tell you, it had a
for
big
Green Bay. It's close. But
it was heavy wind and rain and
2:10 left.
and ended up being a Cowboy blowout that day. But we've got a big challenge next week.
Respot the ball there. It will be third down.
well, the NFL is better when the great franchises, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, 31 sacks at the halfway point. That's really impressive.
Great for me, right? Baltimore's one of those.
Yep.
The tradition.
And yep, we should still be the 7th seed after today, so even if it ended today, the Broncos would still be in the playoffs.
It makes the franchise incredible.
They said Nick stepped out before he threw that.
Okay, so they're going to say Nick stepped out before he threw it, so that's not going to be an incomplete pass for him.
They run it here.
Third and goal, they're going to run it with Estime. Okay. It's going to take us down to the 2-minute warning.
2 minutes.
And we have another commercial break. Gotta love that. Gotta love 2 commercials in the back end of garbage time. That's just fantastic. Gotta love that. Yep, so videos that we're going to be making today, definitely going to be talking about how Bo Nix had a good day despite the loss. I definitely want to make a David Njoku video today. And if you guys are unfamiliar, I do have another channel. It's called Sparkin Sports NFL, or Sparkin Sports Football. I had to change the name for copyright reasons. Sparkin Sports Football. And over there we break down plays from various NFL games, just little short 1-minute breakdowns. Very easy to digest, just big plays from games, so on and so forth. So if you guys want to check that out, I would really appreciate that. I post content over there all the time. Formerly known as Sparkin' Over Broncos. That is correct. That is correct. That was before I joined the Syndicate and moved all my Broncos content over here. Gage, do you think the Broncos make moves before the trade deadline or hold their draft capital? I think they will make a move if it makes sense for them. The most notable one being David Njoku. I think that would be perfect for the Broncos. Otherwise, maybe a cheap receiver or something like that, but it all depends on if that player would benefit the Broncos this year as well as next year, not just this season. But for me, David Njoku fits that bill. Oh, come on. Got almost 2,000 total views on this stream. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Really appreciate each and every single one of you, despite today's game not going how we wanted it to go. Trade Browning, Dulcich, and a 6th for Njoku. I don't know if Cleveland would do that. Well, actually, they might. They might take that. They might. We'll have to see what the asking price would be for Njoku, because Cleveland, they also got steamrolled today, so I think they're going to be sellers at the deadline. Denver would make perfect sense for Njoku.
State Farm postgame show. For example, Buffalo and Miami are right about the same point. We are tied. Who knows? Could be an overtime game. Here, just playing it out.
All right, 4th down and goal.
The Broncos who have been blanked in the second half.
Broncos trying to get Mike McGlinchey false start. Come on.
I want to stick around and watch that because that's huge for Miami at 2-5.
And there's your day for the Denver Broncos.
Cortland Sutton, by the way, he's the second player in the last 5 years to have 100 yards receiving and throw a touchdown. Only Keenan Allen in the last 5 years has done that. Did it last year. But through the years, some who have done that, 100 yards receiving. And
right, typical McGlinchey.
Jerry Rice, Randy Moss. OBJ, Mark Clayton.
4th down and goal from the 10-yard line. Play clock ticking down. And John Harbaugh is going to spend his second timeout.
Timeout called by the Ravens.
Baltimore, their second. This will be a 30-second timeout.
So we're just stalling at this point.
How hard it is to come back against a coach like
Yeah, this is the same crew that officiated the Monday night game a couple weeks ago between the Bills and the Jets that got a lot of controversy for being flag happy. So, yeah, I'm not surprised by this at all, honestly. This crew is absolutely flag happy. They're quick to whistle. Ugh. Definitely didn't help the Broncos' cause today. Hopefully they get Devon Key back next week, DB. That would be ideal. Or not Devon Key, PJ Locke. 4th down and goal. Nix throws it. Caught, but short of the goal line. Cortland Sutton is stopped at like the 1-inch line. Got absolutely lit up. And so Denver's going to turn it over on downs once again. 1:55 left to play as this game begins to dwindle down. He is definitely down. So the Ravens take over on downs at the 1-yard line.
Well, think about how close you are.
Court didn't fumble on that. Nice.
If I do the math correctly, 4 times 7 add the 2 plus the 10.
Right, Johnson's under center.
So that would be 22.
And he's just going to sneak it forward there in lieu of a kneel down.
Yard out to the 2. Hey, the Ravens schedule, the one that, you see we have them at Pittsburgh on CBS. But how
So for the Ravens, they've got tough schedule ahead. Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, Chargers, Philadelphia.
today? Yeah, Chargers, I think that's in final minute 27-3. Chargers on their way to 5-3.
Oh, we got Miami and Buffalo. Looks like it's headed for overtime.
Coming up, we have bonus coverage.
Yep, November 25th, Harbaugh Bowl.
Unless the Bills win it.
And they surge for it again. I'll bring up 3rd down.
Have the football.
Minute left. One more snap should end this game.
Bills out of timeouts there.
We should have had 2 more scores, but it wouldn't matter since sad we couldn't execute in the red zone. That'll be press conference jargon. Yep. And we will get that press conference up as soon as Sean Payton takes the podium. We always stream every post-game press conference, at least for road games. And there's the final kneel down. That is it, Broncos country. The Denver Broncos lose 41-10. Not the game that we were looking for. All right, guys, before we dip out of here, please be sure to leave a like on this stream as well as subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it, guys. Those are both free and easy ways to show your support. Helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out, and it helps us get seen by more and more members of Broncos country just like you and me. See you guys on the post-game stream, and until next time, guys, I am your host, Gage Madrid.